Hi, I'm Dan Ginden, and this is A Day in the Life. We give you a behind-the-scenes look at people who have some pretty interesting jobs. Now, we're not saying that you don't have an interesting job, but these jobs, just a little bit cooler. Since January 25th, 1982, Chronicle has been providing viewers with a unique look at New England. So we decided to give you a unique behind-the-scenes look at WCVB's news magazine, Gem.
Good evening, everyone. Now, this weather is more like it. Tonight, we bring you 6 reasons to appreciate life in the Boston area.
Chronicle is many things to many different people. To its viewers, it's a program which covers stories in their own backyards. It's informative, it's entertaining, and it can tell you where to go on a tank of gas. Very useful information in this day and age. And it's a way to get to know special, interesting, and inspirational people in New England.
Haubin is transforming this 2-story loft into an educational setting.
For the people that bring you these stories from Cape Cod to the White and Green Mountains of the North, it's a way of life, a family way of life, which makes working at Chronicle a very special experience.
As a subset of the entire operation at Channel 5, are very much a tight-knit family. We're different from the news operation. We don't run at the same sort of pace that they do. And we also have the time to tell stories in a much different way. And as a result, I think that we're, because we have that longer amount of time to spend on each story, and because that pace is a little bit slower, we get to know each other a little bit better. We spend a lot of time together. And we're protective of what we believe is maybe one of the greatest brands in New England, which is Chronicle.
It's the teamwork that makes it what it is. The photographers, the editors, our managers, Susan and Chris, and our amazing talent. And it all, it just all comes together. But it wouldn't work without even one of those people. It just wouldn't work. And we really do. I mean, we travel together and we live together in this, small environment. And we sit in those little edit rooms, and we really, we really are a family that way.
It's really unique. I mean, it's a privilege to work with those people in that office. Chronicle is the longest running, locally produced television show in the history of television. And to be part of that is special. It really is special. You're working with the best, and it's almost an honor, really.
Today, our crew followed Chronicle around on a pair of shoots with cameraman Carl Vieira and producer Amy Masters. The camera operators are called the night before and told what time to come in the next day to go out and shoot stories that are researched and set up by the producers.
We get a lot of our own ideas, and we collect folders, which we have actual folders, not virtual folders, but actual folders, which you can find in Susan's office, which I love, because there are things back from 1982 when the show went on the air, which I love because I was in high school. But a lot of it are things we're collecting that either press people are sending us, or that we've ripped out of the newspaper or magazines, or an idea a friend gave us. Some of the things in the folder is handwritten by Susan, just an idea somebody had, or lots of emails that people send. It's great because either we come up with ideas, or viewers do, or PR people do, or we find it. There are a lot of different sources.
Carl Vieira has been in the TV business for over 33 years, 16 of those with Chronicle. There have been many shoots where Carl's subject is an artist, which is coincidental because Chronicle camera operators are artists too.
It's always nice to shoot things when the sun's low in the sky, with these long shadows from trees and buildings. But it's a constant thought process, and not only do we have to worry about the shot and how good it looks, we have to be concerned with the audio. We have to be concerned with the lighting, and those are important.
Amy Masters was a psychology major coming out of college and didn't get into TV right away. She went back to school and majored in broadcast journalism. Having grown up watching Chronicle, when the opportunity came up for Amy to work for them, she took it.
I worked at another station, and I've loved it ever since. I started in politics and went on to special projects, and and then Chronicle for me was the dream job that I always wanted, and I got it.
Carl and Amy are headed to Dewey Square in the financial district at Rose Wharf. The stories they are working on are for a recurring segment on Chronicle called What's New. The A4 food truck is a new venture from the Area 4 restaurant in Cambridge. Amy and Carl are here to see what is making this new business edition so good.
Okay, so they're gonna go on first, Carl?
They go on first?
Yeah, just because I want to get a shot of the two of them
Okay.
doing their thing inside. So.
Okay, let's go on.
I got. How many classes you got on your ticket roll? That's it. Just that
I'm
one.
gonna try to come right over your shoulder here while you're doing that.
And there's one coming right now.
There you go. I'm gonna try to make my way to the other side and get the other Michael.
I got a ticket, please. Coming through, guys.
Can I go over here?
Camera coming through.
Michael, just want to get another shot of you in here.
Okay.
If I can.
Carl does his best to shoot in these tight quarters. Soon, he moves back outside to catch some customers enjoying their lunch from A4.
Your hot dog is going to be famous.
I can't wait. That is pickled banana pepper relish next to you as well. House made this morning. This right here?
Yeah, it's delicious.
All right, I feel like I'm gonna have to give it a little shot here.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
And then yeah, and then he's going to bring out a couple that we can shoot.
Good.
There's another dog.
I don't know where we can put them. Lay them out
I
somewhere.
know.
Let's go over here.
Yeah, of course the sun goes down.
I will wait for it. It's in and out.
I just think in the sun it'll look best, don't you think?
That looks pretty nice right there.
Before wrapping up this shoot, they use sandwiches from the A4 truck to get what Amy calls the beauty shots. Then they thank Michael Leviton and Michael Krupp for their time before they head off to their next shoot.
This is what I love. I love to make it a business and learn from it. So,
You certainly have the attitude for it.
that's exciting.
You're not outgoing at all. That's the problem.
No, it's a problem. I'm very introverted.
Right.
It's funny because I actually hate people. I can't stand you. And, but I'm faking it.
Well,
wonderfully. It is.
Most people don't like me, so it's okay.
then we have a lot
I'm
in
just
common.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I was asked once by some little kids what was my favorite part of the job. And I said, without thinking about it, I said, meeting people. We probably meet 5, 6, 7 people a day, every day. And fascinating people that's, you're just amazed how they've made it through life, or somebody that's a celebrity and, that you kind of still, after all these years, awestruck by. But yeah, just hundreds and hundreds of people through the years.
Still to come on A Day in the Life, Amy and Carl head to their next shoot, and then it's time to turn all their footage and interviews into stories. Stick around.
We realize that banking may not be your favorite topic or favorite thing to do, but it's an important part of living a financially responsible life, and finding the right financial institution can make all the difference. Here are some things to consider when you're shopping for a bank. Although having a branch close to where you live or work is great, remember that online banking and mobile technologies can bring banking to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from the comfort of your own home. Working with a bank that has a reputation for being involved in your community is important. There's been plenty of information in the news about financial institutions making business choices that were not in the best interest of our economy and communities. So working with a bank that has a solid reputation can give you peace of mind. Most banks offer the same products and services, so look for the best value. Do they offer basic services such as checking and savings accounts for free? How about online banking and bill paying? Do they require hefty minimum balances to avoid fees? Do they have a reward or loyalty program? Let's face it, you'll be dealing with people when you need banking services, so being able to talk to experts directly can make a big difference in the level of service you receive. You'll also want to look at the longevity of employees. Building positive relationships is easy when you can deal with the same banking team members. Not all bankers are the same. Dealing with people that have the customer's best interests at heart is always better than bankers that are more concerned with stockholders and the bottom line. The right banker will give you guidance on the right choices for you today, as well as for your long-term goals. For independent ratings on banks in your area, check out www.bauerfinancial.com. Bauer Financial has been reporting on and analyzing the performance of U.S. banks and credit unions since 1983.
WMCT-TV needs your help. Years ago, our archives took a hit, and now we don't have any old programming before 1996. If you have any old Marlboro cable programming, now's the time to bring it to the station at 91 Main Street. You know that old closet where you throw everything? Check in there. Oh! You're bound to find some old tapes in there. Check your junk drawers, attics, maybe even your garage. If you've appeared on TV here or had a child that played high school sports, chances are you have a few tapes hanging around. We'll give you a DVD for your trouble, and if you want back the old VHS, we can even show you what you can do with it. Whether it's your kids' varsity games for Marlboro High or Assabet, old newscasts, series programs, or even specials, we want them. Just call the station at 508-481-1373 and ask for Dan. Come on, find those tapes now.
I see you took the stars, and now you got the chance. You might as well just dance. Got skies and flowers and wings and poetry and things. I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.
I'm Dan Ginden, and you are watching A Day in the Life. If you've just joined us, we're spending the day with Chronicle. Producer Amy Masters and cameraman Carl Vieira are on 2 location shoots today. Shoot 1 is done. Shoot 2 is now. Amy Masters and Carl Vieira are 2 members of what many employees call the Chronicle family. They are off shooting 2 stories for the What's New segment on WCVB's long-running and award-winning program. They started their day at Rose Wharf, and now it's on to South Boston to meet Ari Haubin, an art teacher that is working on an exhibit called Above the Standard. You would think that driving around Boston or other locations would provide producers and camera operators with extra stress during their already busy day. Carl doesn't see it that way. He also enjoys the variety and everyday change that the job brings.
And we're all over New England, not just the city, but we'll constantly be in Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Western Mass, doing main streets and back roads of any one of those areas in the northern country, So it's a lot of fun. But every day we're on the road. Never have the same start time each day. We'll have what they call crew calls. So one day it'll be 8 o'clock in the morning, the next day it'll be 11. Sometimes we'll shoot something locally, other times we'll have to drive an hour to get to our location. When you're doing your work, will it be here?
I typically work in
on the other side?
More back in these areas.
Okay.
Here. So, it expands out.
Okay.
I just want to show you, those are the desks that he's working
There's a lot. I know there's a lot of backlight there, which.
Yeah, that's okay. What I don't want to do is do the interview where you're going to be, doing all your work. So I want it to be in a different location.
Okay. that makes sense.
So maybe like right here, this might work out nicely.
Let's just like talk and have a conversation.
Works for me.
You know?
I'm looking at you, right?
Yep, absolutely. Don't worry about the camera. Pretend it's not here.
We're going to stand because
Are you good
a few other
standing?
things.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay. So we'll have you stand right about here, right?
Once Carl is set up, Amy gets Ari comfortable and then begins the interview.
Well, what would you say about yourself? So what part of Ari is the art teacher? Like what percentage is the art teacher and what percentage is the artist?
It's important to me and it stems from that kind of design foundation.
And you like color. I see there's a lot of great color in your pieces.
I do.
So now
It
on
was
to
just
the
one of those
B-roll.
things, like, and also, you always want to have more work, and you always, but if you don't just do it.
Yeah.
We got to figure out where he's going to do that. I think out
So
there.
we'll see.
How long will that take you?
5 or 6 minutes.
Oh, okay, good. All right,
I'm gonna just take off and detach the gray.
okay, because I do want to, like I say, I do want to get some different angles.
Once they are all done, it's back to the station, where Carl's part in these stories is complete. Now it's on Amy to turn all the footage and interviews into stories. She'll go through all the footage and write a script. This workday was coming to a close, but before we left, Shayna Seymour was kind enough to give us an impromptu tour of the offices.
Hi everyone, my name is Shayna Seymour. I'm a reporter and producer for Chronicle, our award-winning nightly news magazine show here at WCVB. Come with me and I'll show you all the action goes down. This is the Chronicle office. It's pretty empty right now, as you can see. It's 6:25, we're about an hour away from going on air, and most of the producers and editors and photographers have gone home for the night. But if you peep through that window, you can see an editor and a producer working on a show. Inside here is our managing editor, Susan Sloan. She's getting ready for tonight's show, writing our scripts, working on the last minute, but that's how we do things in the news business.
We'll be ready.
Our executive producer, Chris Sterling, on the phone. This is Dan Corey, our fabulous production coordinator. He does more than just coordinate. He does pretty much everything here. We rely on Dan to get the show on the air every single night. This is called our logging station. This is where we review all video that we capture out in the field, and we transcribe all of our interviews. This is where many producers don't like to come here because it's a tedious process transcribing all these interviews. We're here for about 3 days, transcribing anywhere from 6 to 10 interviews per show. So it can take a while, but it's essential to getting Chronicle on the air. This right here is our Chronicle crew schedule. This is basically the Bible of Chronicle, and this tells us what we're doing, what our assignments are, who we're going to be working with for the coming weeks. I believe we work about a month out on this schedule. This is our show schedule, and this tells you everything that's going to be on air for the coming 2 weeks. So tonight, 4:18, What's New? SS means that Shayna Seymour, that's me, will be anchoring this evening because Anthony is on vacation. Lucky guy. And in here is my office. Not the neatest place, but producers are busy, so it's hard to keep everything organized. I will tell you a little bit of a secret. My office does tend to be messier than Anthony and Ted's. They are both pretty neat. Unfortunately, I did not get that gene. And right now, again, we're about an hour before the show. I would sit down and review the scripts and go over them to make sure that I am prepared for this evening. And that is the Chronicle office.
Not only did Shayna play the role of our tour guide, she also was the talent for Amy's What's New pieces. We followed her into the sound booth, which proved to be tight quarters for our cameraman. And Shayna, too.
This is a first. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Ari Haubin is an artist based in Boston's 4 Point Channel. He also teaches art to special ed students in the Boston Public Schools. Oh, is Amy in there? I have a question. Track 2, it says Piadini. Is it Piadina? Okay. Plural. Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure. Most aspiring restaurateurs start with a food truck before delving into the restaurant business.
But Krupp and Leviton decided to do it the other way around.
Once the voiceovers are done, editor Brian Mentz and Amy head into an editing bay so Brian can start cutting the video to match Amy's story.
Oh, and so you know too, I had Carl do reversals of the two of them. Like, I think we have a ton to cover with, but I had him do reversals anyway, just in case. Reversals? Of the two of them.
Oh, with each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
When they're completed, her stories are scheduled to run on an upcoming episode of Chronicle.
Oh yeah, because it's two different sets
Okay.
for different parts. So.
Oh, the different times. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are many hardworking people on the Chronicle staff, like production coordinator Dan Corey, who, as Shayna says, does it all. Usually the stories that are run on Chronicle are done with an anchor in the studio. Tonight, they are running pre-taped stand-ups that were done on location, which makes the job a little easier for director Karen Genero.
Roll C track.
Right now on Chronicle in high definition.
Popular area for a restaurant hits the road to say mangia.
It's Italian street food, portable pizza. Was born.
707 total. Dave, I'm told the music is already included at the end, so we don't even have to do that.
It's Italian street food.
Roll C track, fade up.
Tattoos up and down your arm, all over your neck. Bob, that's so yesterday. Now we've got a new hidden tat spot. News Center 5's Dorothy Krishuk says, open wide.
Stand by your credits.
Kathy O'Brien is hiding a secret.
2, 1, fade. Take it, master.
Being in the business of news media can always be interesting and fast-paced. As we learned in our time with all the great people at Chronicle, this news magazine program is not only unique in its style, but also in the positive effect it has on its viewers and its staff.
So I think one of the things I love most about Chronicle is there really is not a normal day. Every day is different. It's what I like about journalism as well, and the fact that every day you get to meet new people, cover different topics, get out of the building often, and see and meet interesting people and go to interesting places.
We want to thank everyone at Chronicle for being such gracious hosts for us. And a special thanks to managing editor Susan Sloan for making this episode possible. To find out more about Chronicle on WCVB, you can visit their website. If you have any ideas for future episodes of our show, feel free to contact us by email. And to find out more about WMCT, you can visit us on the web. I'm Dan Ginden. We'll see you next time.